guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Teen Shallot, and today we're gonna be talking about a what if video that you guys all love. Today we're gonna be talking about what if Deku had Abranium, part 9. Yeah guys, we're back to it, and we're back with the part 9 to this series. Man, I'm so proud of this series. Last time I was here, man, it was only part 0 or part 1, and you guys absolutely loved it, and you guys still love it as of now. Now, there's a lot of you wondering what may have happened to the people back on home Earth after Multiverse Madness. I'll be going to the Multiverse Madness, but let's see what happened when they left, or when they supposedly died. Deku hashtag Bakugo. Now we span down to a rainy day over UA. It was as if a dark cloud was over the sky, and it was like God was even crying with tears in his eyes. What nobody ever knew, that the people that they always cared about, like they were like family, would one day up and disappear. But for some, this seemed like a challenge, like something that was meant to happen. People that were this strong were never meant to survive for that long, and they found it as a justice. Those who found it as a justice were immediately put down by UA. UA would not have them slandering those heroes' names. Ground Zero and All-Star. With the death of All-Star and Ground Zero, Stain became more dedicated to bring a change to the world. It was now that because of Deku's death, or supposed death, plans were put into place. Schedules went ahead, and depression became apparent. We now go down to our favorite waifu, Momo Yaoyorozu, one of the best. Girlfriend of Deku. Happiness not there. Todoroki had found semblance with Deku and Bakugo. They were like brothers, family even. The best thing that ever happened in his life. And they suddenly disappeared one day. Nothing left, not even the remains or ashes of their bodies. Not even the costumes that they wore for practice. All that everybody knew was that they went all out, and they died with a smile on their faces. Extensive research was going on to what happened, what caused the bodies to just suddenly disappear. For everybody, there was a semblance of hope. But for the pessimists, they knew that they must have died. Right now, everybody was in a state of shock. We will now go down to Todoroki's paw. I woke up, and I kept thinking about their death, their smile on their faces when they were fighting, when we saw the footage. I already know it was what was going to happen that day. I wish I did. I wish I could have stopped them. Told them that, don't do it. We'll all miss you. Don't do it. You'll die. But I wasn't able to. I couldn't move. For some reason, I still blame myself. And I'm actually falling in love with someone. I can't believe that I'm so selfish. Falling in love with someone when all of this has been happening around me. Her name is Kendo. She's a great person. I don't know what her name is. Itsuki Kendo. I think that's what her name is, guys. But Kendo, she likes me too, I think. Deku said he would help us get together. That's what he said before he died. I wish I could turn back time to be able to stop them. To be able to stop the events that happened after. I'm now in the gym, working out my body. Training really hard to be able to surpass the image, the whole bar set by Deku and Bakugo. The future of the heroes. We were once called the Big Three. Now the Big Three, the future Big Three is no more. We are now still in the depressed state. Kendo comes up to me and she says, "You guys want to hang out?" I said, "Sure." We hang out. We went on a date. We both had a heavy heart. Deku changed our lives forever. But we would make sure to keep on living on and staying happy because we know that's what he would want. And so, we continued with our lives. Momo's Pav. I wake up missing the touch known as Zuka Midoriya. I just wish that I could have told him more. Told him everything. I was ready to spend the rest of my life with this man. but he ended up and leaving. Maybe if things had been different, maybe I wouldn't have felt this way. Maybe I would not even been with him. Maybe I would have been Todoroki instead. But no, I could never say these words. I would regret them, definitely, because those were the best things that ever happened into my life. And if it could all go back in time, I wouldn't trade a thing for it. I still regret the day I wasn't able to stop them from fighting. I knew that one day this day would come, that they would leave, and that it would just be me. Just kind of wish I could just say that I want to be with you forever. Maybe then he may not have left. But the past is the past. I'll now try to move on with life. I know that's what he would want me to do. Now, no one's path. I wake up. Deku and Bakugo wake up. In front of them, they see carnage. Big amounts. They don't know what's been happening. Last thing they knew is that they supposedly died from the impact. But what they saw in front of them shocked them the most. They saw someone look like they went into a golden form with state, with teal eyes and raising hair. He did not know what was going on, or would anybody in this kind of situation. But he decided to stay quiet. Bakugo got up as well, and he questioned Deku. Deku, bro, where are we? I don't know, Bakugo, but we're not somewhere dangerous, or they might have attacked us by now. Or they just didn't notice us, nerd. Who you calling nerd? I can still beat your ass any time of the day. What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, nerd. What about Momo? What do you think will happen to her now that she thinks you're dead? The rest of UA thinks we're dead. What are we gonna do when we one day up and leave and we come back? What do you think is gonna happen that day? I don't know, Bakugo. I don't know, bro. But we just have to be prepared for that day, and I hope that everybody moved on. I did love Momo, but at the end of the day, I knew if I ever died, I would want her to move on and go on with life. Thanks. Oh wow, you're a real hero, Deku. Thank you, Bakugo. So while they were there contemplating on life, someone came up to them. He had a nice, high kind of voice. He looked like he was an older guy. Next to him he was wearing a gi. Orange, blue, red, and white. I mean white and black. He had very spiky hair. And he was right now looking at them. And he said, "Who are you guys? Are you here to help us?" Now, Deku and Bakugo were shocked. And they didn't know what to say. So what he said next, the man said, "Okay then, if you're willing to fight, if that means you guys are here to fight, because nobody else would know to be able to come here if they did not have to fight someone. If they fight us." By then, everybody around them had stopped and realized what was about to go down. A man calls himself the Black Swordsman, but we all know he is not the Black Swordsman. Not the real one, that is. This man comes in with the elucidator and a blue sword. Comes in with his wife. Her name you know what? I forgot their name. Iron-Blooded Knights, I don't really know. But she comes in next to him. And there was a girl next to them as well. From the shadows comes someone that looks like Gohan. And a guy with a receding hairline. And another huge man comes in as well. From behind them comes a professor. And behind them as well is what looked like devils. And someone wearing red dragon armor and white dragon armor. He did not know what was going on, Deku saw. Then, Deku was the most surprising. Deku saw himself and the rest of Class 1A. He did not know how happy he was. Words cannot explain the happiness this man felt that day. And so he went forward and he said, "Hello. I'm not here to fight." Actually, he went along with it. "Yeah, I'm here to fight. What you gonna do? I'm gonna beat you. And then you're gonna have to tell me everything. Got it?" The man with spiky hair did not take a liking to this attitude. He decided to teach Deku some manners. Bakugo was getting fired up as well, and he said, "Ha, you think you can take down my rival? If I can't take him down, then you can't either. We'll both take you down and come at us with everything you got." And then up came the man with the receding hairline, and he said, "Kakarot, let me deal with these fools. They'll see the true might of the Saiyan race." Come on, Vegeta. I just want to. They look serious. Also, sense some great power in both of them. Here, I know. Why don't you take that kid with the spiky hair, and I'll take the kid with the green hair. How's that sound? Fine, Kakarot. I'll go and do it your way. But if this ends up backfiring on us, I swear to the heavens themselves, they won't be able to save your life. If we find out that we're wrong about these people. Okay, Vegeta, enough talk. Let's go. So, both the men identified as Vegeta and Kakarot powered up. Everybody felt the pressure of their powering up, but Bakugo and Deku just stood there, which surprised Vegeta and Kakarot. They did not know regular humans could just withstand this pressure that they're outputting. And then Kakarot went towards the man, and he went towards Deku, and he said, "Tell me your name. It's only honorable that we fight knowing our names." And Deku, knowing this was true, said, "Alright, here's my name. My name is Izuku Midoriya, class rep of class 1A. The best, the GOAT himself, the legend, the greatest hero of the world, Izuku Midoriya, at your service." Wow, what an introduction. But it could use some work, that's for sure. Whatever you say, mortal. Mortal, you sound kind of like the Zamasu guy. I have to take you seriously. So, ready to go full power? "Show me yours first," said Deku. "Fine, if that's how you want it." Kakarot then proceeded to power up, and he went Super Saiyan. And Deku knew that this kind of looked like his form, but a bit different. So he decided to power up as well. His hair started going up. Electricity formed around his eyes, around his whole body. And then what came next surprised everybody. It was Deku, looking like he was in the Super Saiyan state. His hair went up, and everything around him went up. But what nobody else noticed was that this kid right here, he had some kind of untapped potential, like something you would never have seen before. So, they started their fight. Kakarot and Deku. Deku was on par with Kakarot himself and his Super Saiyan state. To say Kakarot was surprised was an understatement. Kakarot was really surprised. He did not know that mortals like this, people like this, existed in other universes. The Deku that they have right now could not even stand up to him with this kind of power. He knew this guy was something special. And so, he decided not to hold back whatsoever. Deku decided to just go and up the counter. And so he said out loud, "One for all, 1,000,000% full cowling." And then he went 1,000,000% full cowling. And then immediately, Goku noticed the difference. He was being clocked back and forth, hit again and again, being destroyed violently. And he had no answer for this. He didn't expect this power. So he stopped underestimating Deku. And he immediately went to Super Saiyan 3 and he said, let's see you fight more. I want to see more of your power. You're strong, really strong. You got my blood pumping. Then let's get started, Kakarot. Very well, Midoriya. And now they went back and forth, punching each other, kicking each other, using all types of martial arts, jujitsus, and attacks, hand to hand. And they were destroying each other. But Super Saiyan 3 was much higher than One For All's 1,000,000%, because the base power has a much bigger difference. So, Deku decided to up it up, and he went 2,000,000,000%, and his body was destroying and healing. It was almost as if he was immortal, but no, he kept holding on. Then the power got even more bigger, and then Deku screamed with a loud roar. Then his whole hair spiked up even more. Electricity formed around him, and his whole eyes turned green. Whole pupils, whole irises, the whole eye itself turned green. And then there was a mix. Yellow started coming out. Purple, red, blue, white. All the colors of the original One For All users started flowing around Deku in a rainbowish color. And he said, full power, Delaware, Detroit, United, League of Nations, smash! And he went forward with a gigantic 2,000,000% smash. And what happened next, nobody ever believed. Goku got punched so hard in his face that he had to turn Super Saiyan God to stay standing still. That much power, that much of a hand, concentrated all his aura into his hand. It punched him so hard that when he did, Deku immediately passed out of the 2,000,000% state and went unconscious, hitting him so hard that if Goku stayed Super Saiyan 3, he might have actually got unconscious. Not died unconscious, guys. Sorry for burping. Now that was Goku and Deku's battle. Now Vegeta and Bakugo. Oh my god, Bakugo is like a Vegeta during Super. A family man. And so, he decided to just go all out. He can't risk underestimating his opponent. He could be stronger than he is, so he decided to go all out. He started using all of the explosions, attacking Vegeta back and forth. Vegeta was having a hard time in his base form, so he went Super Saiyan. He started fighting Bakugo. Bakugo couldn't really hold that hard, and so he decided if he wanted to be as strong as his rival, he needed to go even further beyond his limits. And right now there was a barrier around them, because if there was no barrier, the whole area would have been destroyed by the amount of power that Goku and Deku were letting out. And this was after Goku and Deku's fight. Then it was Vegeta versus Bakugo, and the results would surprise you. Vegeta was having a pretty hard time, guys. And he's like, look, is that your rival? Yeah. Well, look at him. Look how far he made Kakarot go. You can't even make me go beyond Super Saiyan. And you're saying that you're his rival? Ha, you're so puny. Weak. You can't do anything. It's a wonder you survived for that long. Having enough of this bullshit, he went forward and he said, nobody talks that way to me. And then he said, I've had enough. Meteoric impact. And he went forward like a meteor. The same attack that broke the dimensions apart and led them to the multiverse madness was now being used against what's it called? Yeah, Vegeta. Vegeta smirked and used Final Flash, but the Final Flash was being put back. He used Super Saiyan 2, and he was being put back even further, but then he put even more power. He went full powered Super Saiyan 2. And then Bakugo was being pushed up and he said, hell no. And then he went even further, broke both of his arms and used explosions from his legs, rocketed forward straight through the Final Flash. And then Vegeta was so surprised, he got hit with such a big explosion that he was knocked right out of Super Saiyan 2 full power, and he was drove 6 feet underground with Bakugo unconscious and defeated. Yeah, Bakugo and Vegeta just went at it that hard. Same with Goku and Deku. So yeah, that's that fight over. Everybody came out from behind the bushes and trees. And we see Rias's Pirage. Akano, everybody was surprised. Issei was just jealous at this power, looking how strong they were. Then came Kirito and his whole clan of friends from SAO. They were surprised as well. And the professor, he raised his eyebrow. He didn't know they had this kind of strength. And then came the Class 1A from the main timeline. You got it right, guys. The main timeline, Class 1A. So this is like after Season 3, Episode 25, which means Deku can only use like 8% of One For All, which is nothing compared to Abranium Deku, guys, mind you. So he decided to just give him. So Deku was surprised. He never knew that One For All had these kinds of limits on the power. And if he knew this, man, he would have trained even harder, knowing that there was this much strength in One For All. And so Deku decided to up his training regime so he could get stronger and fight and beat his alternate self. He does not want to be embarrassed. And so he decided that right now was the time to battle. And so they went forward and they saw that everybody's knocked out. The professor raised eyebrows and everything. Goku's and Vegeta's whole family was surprised. Goku had to go God not to get knocked out. And Vegeta was knocked out of Super Saiyan 2. Not saying that Vegeta couldn't go God, it's just that it's kind of unlikely, right, as of yet. Because this is like Vegeta after after the Beerus arc, so he couldn't really go Super Saiyan God, I think, yet. But there's still the chance that he could, so I'm not gonna rule that out. And so he decided to just and they went forward, gave them both sensu beans. And then out of nowhere came Ash Ketchum and his Pokemon. And he said, I just went here and I felt this gigantic fight happening. What the hell happened? Yes, Ash swear, guys. That's okay. Ash cussed this time. So they all informed Ash on what happened. And Ash was surprised. Then came Volley. Volley was even more surprised. He did not know a mortal could have this much strength to even take down the mighty Goku and Vegeta, strongest people on the whole team. And then what was even more surprising was that another portal opened, and from it came Kazute Midoriya and Izuku Midoriya. And guys, if you guys don't want any spoilers, then I suggest you just end the video here, because what happens after this is full of spoilers for happening in the future of what if I was an MHA. But let's just go on with it. And they felt the power of Saiyans coming from these two. And then from another multiverse came American Deku after Season 3. And he had the full power of Super. Yeah, guys, Multiverse Madness is going to have a lot of spoilers for future powers of my series. Alright, so if you guys don't want to hear this, then just skip like this part until we go back to the present timeline right now. So now everybody was surprised to see more Midoriyas coming out, and all these Midoriyas were like overpowered. They were way too strong for their own good, it seemed. But that meant more allies. Then came Beerus, God of Destruction. And he said, Kazute, you said you would fight me. Where was our destined duel supposed to happen? Come on, Beerus. You can fight my brother. He has Super Saiyan God as well. I wanna fight you, Kazute. You want me to destroy the planet? Alright, Beerus, prepare for the battle. We just set up a barrier around Beerus and Kazute, and they started attacking and beating the hell out of each other. And so Kazute decided that right now would be a good time. So he went Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. And Beerus was shocked. He never seen this man go that far in the power scaling. Ever since he unlocked it from the Tournament of Power, he was just training harder and harder. And so he just started beating up Beerus, fighting him really hard. Beerus started using more and more of his power, and he was using 95% of his power against Kazute. Kazute was going back and forth with Beerus, catching his knee, catching his foot, and then he kneed him straight through the rib and broke them. Then Kazute went for it. He said, "Final Kamehameha!" And he shot the final Kamehameha forward, enveloped, and it almost knocked out Beerus. But Beerus used full power, and he tapped into Ultra Instinct. But this was the first time Beerus had ever used the full Ultra Instinct, so he only had a good minute in this form before he went out. But a minute was all he needed. Because of Kazute being so strong, Beerus finally found himself a rival. So he decided to just train his life away. He had forever to basically train. So he was gonna train forever because he wanted to be the strongest. He wanted to be there. He wanted to show that his rival that he was, his rival why he was the god of destruction, why he was chosen to be the god of distraction. And so Beerus, going along with this plan, started fighting Kazute, gaining a lot of support from Whis, who was having a great time just munching on sushi. And now came another surprise. Someone you guys have not seen in a while. Master Deku came out from the portals. Basically every Deku in my series had just came out, guys. Like I said, Multiverse Madness, am I right? So, while this was all happening, everybody else was just looking at in surprise, because they did not believe that they were just seeing more than one Deku. They were seeing like three. Wait, no, not even 2, 3. They were seeing 4 and 5 kinds of Dekus, and they all came with different people. In front of them came another man called Conan Hellflame. You may ask, why is his name Conan Hellflame? Guys, that's me from What If I Was in High School DxD. Then came another one called John Conan. Came straight from Marvel. His superpower, Limit Break. After every battle, he gains a buff and he gains a boost in power and healing skills. And so he decided to just come here. Conan Hellflame summoned his demonic gear and he said, "You guys ready for a fight? Because I don't know why I was summoned here, but I will figure it out. In the name of Satan himself, I will find out why I am here." Satan, do you know why we're here? I do not know, I don't know, Conan. But we're going to figure this out sooner or later. Because we can't stay here for long. They're waiting for us in the other barrage. Your family is waiting for you. Well, now that you said my family waiting for me, I gotta go now then. So, what brings you guys here? Well, we were all sucked into a portal because we used way too much power, it seems, to just do anything whatsoever. So, I just came here because I felt like it said John Conan. Oh, I came here because I just felt like it said, what's it called? Oh yes, Conan Hellflame. Okay, said Kazute Midoriya. What else? All of a sudden, our favorite hero, one of our favorite servants from the Fate Seers himself, Archer, comes in and he's like, "Alright, I came in again to fix all of humanity's mistakes. Tell me, what happened this time? Well, everyone, I know you're all surprised, but I have something to say to all of you. First, let me just take off this mask. From the mask came the man himself, the Grand Priest. Everybody was surprised, except for some people who did not know who the Grand Priest was, so they just stood there with dumbfounded faces. And yeah, guys, and then the Grand Priest says, welcome. We have to fight a villain. His name is R. And then that, guys, is where we're gonna be leaving off. What if Deku had What if Deku had Abranium Part 9? I'm sorry, this may seem kind of rushed, kind of unorganized, but that's just how I do my vids. And it's because of me doing those vids like that I got so many views all the time. So I'm gonna end it here. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. This is Teen Shallot, out of here.